So you, when you head back?
We're going to Havana. And I was looking out there because I'm not sure as many people out there knew who he was. They'll know now. You know, I think it's pretty cool that you figured this is something that was worth taking a little deeper look at. Thank you to your dad.
Ron is... God, pull yourself together, man. I love you, Jimmy. It's I can't help it because I have this sickness where I always bring up. I went to East Carolina.
Yeah.
Go Pirates. And we went to Mobile Bowl years ago, and I had no idea about the Mardi Gras thing. And they do the big Mardi Gras parade there. We're just like, this is awesome. We get a football game and a Mardi Gras parade. This is great.
Everybody loves a parade. That was the only A I ever made in the high school's float decoration in our class. The rest of it, I made an A in English, I think, but A and typing, float decoration, and and English. That served me well.
So it's a split file, so I'm going to go to the second file because I want to keep this nice and live on this dinosaur of a Dell computer that I will show you some footage of because it transferred terribly to when I tried to upload it to iCloud for whatever reason. And you went to Southern Miss, right?
Yeah. That was one of the many schools I went to. I had no allegiance. I was just trying to stay out of Vietnam.
So we're almost done, and this has been beautiful. Oh my God, thank you, man. This is one of the insights. Great. I don't want to take up.
Well, I thought one of the fun things about last night was after first starting to look at some of the stuff that y'all had done, and you know, because I'm always looking forward, and I'm looking out there, looking at what's coming next. And I rarely look back. You know, you finish the show, you're looking at the next one. I'm glad everybody had a good time, but it was pretty emotional to go look at how much people cared about that, and particularly Scott. And the first thing I told Mike Ramos was when we figured out we could do this thing, that I could borrow Mac's night, then I could still get the part of the band to go to Cuba, and we could still play here, and people would be. It would make meeting of the minds. Plus, we get to do what we wanted to do. When all that came together. I told him, I said, and when I saw that Scott was a drummer, I said, I'm going to call him and see if he's available. I don't know how much he's involved in. If he wants to come, he'll play. If he's still playing, put him on Mardi. We'll put him in the band. And we did.
It's funny how things turned around. I got the motivation to get involved again.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. We're going to play a few more songs. Oh, we don't have a drummer. Mr. Scott Nickerson on drums. It is the real Scott Nickerson. We'll be playing with the Coral Reefer Band right now. That's the guy who started the whole thing. But Scott's been practicing, right? Yeah? You've been practicing? All right. Kick it off, baby.
He was good. He hit it.
When he hit those skins that first time, boom, boom, I was like, wow,
yeah,
it was electric, man.
And I was looking out there because I'm not sure as many people out there knew who he was. They'll know now.
This is all Scott's fault.
And we get into that in the film, and it's it's the last thing I wanted to talk about was Scott's legacy and y'all's. Even though you're not, the best of friends, but you have this relationship of you're so entwined with each other. If you just speak to about Scott, it would be great.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, I just know him as an acquaintance, more or less. I've only met him about 2 or 3 times, but
that's Scott Nickerson. Do you believe it? I've seen him in the parking lot.
Yeah, again, I'm a pretty laissez-faire.
Scott is Scott Nickerson is the guy who started the fan club, and that was the premise of the movie. And Jimmy didn't want to do the movie unless it was as much about the parrot heads as about him. Buffett history lesson throughout as told to the fans. So Scott's an amazing guy. I am lucky to call him my friend, and we are forever connected, my brother. It was to have a titan like that, recognize such a wonderful man. Sean Bryce.
Fair guy. I mean, it was in the beginning, you know, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anybody trying to make money off of me, because there are people out there doing it. And I don't particularly like that. And when, you know, it just came, and I knew it would come back. If he's doing it for the right reason, you'll know real quick. Because if he's not doing it for the right reason, the fans will let you know. And he was doing it for the right reason all along. And it certainly shows that in the film. And, you know, I think it's pretty cool that you figured this is something that was worth taking a little deeper look at than getting drunk in the parking lot. So I appreciate that, because there is a lot more to it than that. But that is part of Mardi Gras. That's part of the...
I completely fucking forgot what he said. Oh. Jimmy is obviously I'm a massive fan, and you know, he's like an extension of my father. I don't have them both. You know, I lost them both in 2 years. I mean, Jimmy Buffett's my hero, man. You know, and you get so high because you get a chance to do something that you love and you give a shit about and you care. And they always say don't meet your heroes, but then you go and your hero thanks you. Oh, for your passion, what you love to do. And I try not to just, he's got a song called Making Music for Money, and I guess I'm making YouTube for money or whatever, but I do love telling these stories, man. You know, we're sitting around 66 followers right now, and but Theo and I are loving what we're doing. I know Jimmy's not here right now, but I tell you what, I know he would do it so if he was. Yeah, God, pull yourself together, man. I love you, Jimmy. Oh. Some people wait their whole lives, man. I got another 40-ish years, 40, 50 years, you know, to get there, and I just thanks for bringing that back, man. Okay.
Deal, you get a day off. And that's the thing about it, that still to this day, that crowd out there goes back to work on Monday. Most of them do. You know, but that's their weekend and that's their Mardi Gras. And it certainly will be as round as long as I'm doing it. You know.
My dad, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I grew up going to Atlantic Beach. And my grandfather, we had a 37-foot Hatteras, and my grandfather, my dad, and I, and your tapes that. And my dad got me into it, and, you know, he said, son, you know, he's like, yeah, he's like, you know, I like to go to the shows and have a good time, but he's like, you know, there's a deeper meaning to all this. He's like, I want you to know that. And I didn't want to listen to anything he had to say when I was 12.
Well, I always thank people's parents for raising their children on this music, so thank you to your dad.
Ron is, he's over the moon. He loves, right. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks.
Do you mind if we fake a wide shot?
Take a cutaway?
Yeah.
But I forgot to ever show that to my dad. I told him. I forgot to show this to him. Oh, thank your dad for me. you don't often get to say you have one of the greatest days in your life, but man, I sit around with boxers. I fucking love it. Just like
Quick one.
Yeah, we're in Key West and we can't do the interview because the wind's blowing too much.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Before we get blown away.
Super windy out there.
When you head back?
See?
We're going to Havana this afternoon, and then, well, my daughter's with me, and so this is kind of a father-daughter trip, and we're going to Jamaica. And my other daughter's doing music.
And Steve cut. Why did you cut, Steve? Damn it, Steve. Just get rolling. The only evidence out there was my damn, what do you call it? That you just hear my voice, you know? I was like, no! We had this like lovely little conversation about Green Road and all that stuff, man. Oh, fuck. You know, but I was just high over the moon. That's why I didn't remember. Apologies for breaking down a little bit on that. You know, but, oh man. God, it was such good stuff that we were just kicking around. And I was just so excited afterwards that, I don't remember everything that we said. And we said something about ECU and being down there. Yeah. And then this next thing here is you'll see how windy it is why we couldn't film out there. Cause he wanted to do outside, do a whole thing. It just ended up being a windy day. And it ended up being beautiful, after. I mean, it was beautiful, but it was just windy. So we're down at the pier, and I may have to mute this because you'll hear how windy it is. I'll play it for a second. But Steve Acevedo, my brother in arms, worked on so many projects together. Director of photography of that. He gets talk about a live reaction shot. Here's, before reaction shots were a thing, here was a reaction shot.
How you feeling?
Do this movie. It's that's in neither. Yep, right. Yeah, it's like screaming. That's right. Got a song here. Let's see. He quotes you, as it is in scripture. See the man is playing heroes. We never live up to it. Everything. What do the dickbags say now on the instant media, the social media? Humble and blessed. I'm humble and blessed. I'm now also busy. That's right. We just made this movie. So there.
What was super cool, even though I didn't get great footage of it, was we got a surprise guest that came up on that next golf cart. There's a golf cart there, and it was actually Jimmy, and he gave us a boat ride back to the hotel, which was very cool. So I'll play the little thing out of that because I was so embarrassed. I know I could have, but we were starting a business relationship, and I didn't want to, do something too embarrassing. Oh, I don't know about this, because we also hadn't signed the paperwork, and so I didn't do that. So here's a little bit of that.
I hate it. Like I said, last week was so busy that I waste time showing up.
And here's a little funny side story. So that was boat ride. Your hero thanks you, for this, for doing something that you already love to do and you would have done anyway, one way or the other. That's how you know it's right. And so he mentions Mike Ramos, his manager, who's just awesome human being and helped really facilitated this. Alongside Frank Marshall, the legendary producer who called us from a sat phone to make it happen while he was filming Assassin's Creed. But yeah, then afterwards, it's just a stupid little anecdote. So we go off and we're all happy, and Matt Produzero, my producer on this as well, he had to fly back, and then, because we didn't know when we were going to do it, and then it happened last minute. We had to run down the hotel, be downstairs in an hour. Jimmy's so excited he wants to do this interview. And, so then we do all the stuff, get the ride back. And, we triple back up everything on the hard drives, and, then we start drinking. At that point, we went to this booze cruise. Our friend Jerry Diaz, amazing musician, was hosting with his wife Mary. It's, all you could drink. It's a booze cruise for like 3-4 hours across the bay all over Key West. But right as we're boarding it, I get a call from Mike Ramos, and he goes, "Hey Bryce, you fucked up yet?" We're like, "Well, we're getting there, Mike." I mean, we're still kind of, coming up, coming down, from he goes, "Hey," and then, talks about the business plan, what it was, incredibly fair, awesome. I'm like, I am now partners with my hero. But then we're sitting there and leaving this little random thing, and we're across, we're like, feeling good, it's beautiful pictures. Ace and I are having a great time, Steve Acevedo, and Hermino Romano. We look across, we're like, and at the time, the TV show, Breaking Bad was just like peak Breaking Bad, right? It's all anybody talk about. And we look over and we're like, "Is that Junior?" And we look at him, sure as shit, on his parrot head, all you can drink booze cruise is Junior from Breaking Bad, Walter White's son. We're like, what the hell is going on here? Anyhow, thanks for tuning in. Look, Shots from the Rail isn't just about drinking and nightlife. I mean, it's a lot about it, but it's about these experiences and these shared experiences. And look, I very much became a lot of who I am because of being a Parrot head and being a Buffett fan. And I hope this shows, how we want to branch out and how we're doing more things like this. And it's part of our souls, man. And it's part of our vibe and our culture of who we are. And like Jimmy said, laissez les bons temps brûler, let the good times roll, mon ami. And we're going to keep doing that to you. So thanks for being part of seeing kind of the origin story. And we're going to have some other great stuff coming to you soon. Thank you so much. I guess please like and subscribe and whatever they tell me not to say. But we really appreciate you all. Thank you very much. God bless you. And, I'm going to leave you with one quote. Here it is. Jimmy's got a lot, but one, I get a little upset here because I've had some loss in the years, but everybody's going through it. And, I've had some friends going through it, and a friend reminded of me, after in particular, after I lost my brother. I had a rough couple of years where I lost, my grandmother, my father, my brother, my uncle, my ex-girlfriend, one of my best friend's dads, Dennis Retzloff, I love you, man. And Jimmy, and just the hits kept coming. And my buddy Mike Bakes. Mike, if you're watching this far, I love you, man. Hope you're doing good up there in DC. It's a Jimmy song from a song called Barefoot in the Rain. It says, the wrinkles only go where the smiles have been. Yeah, man. I say it a lot now, more than ever, and I appreciate my friend reminding me. Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Go Pirates. I'm out.